Hello, Gemini. Hey, I just landed. Oh my gosh. These eggs, since I've started doing these readings, there's an egg that's come up almost every reading. So like new beginnings. This is the first time I've seen the cosmic egg. And the first time I've seen the sea serpent in these sets of readings. Sea serpent's the Queen of Wands. Cosmic egg, I believe, is the world. Yep. And then we've got the Empress, the deer. How beautiful that card is, eh? I do kind of feel like maybe the Queen of Wands, the sea serpent, is transforming into the Empress. Because if you look at these cards, right? This is the first card. And the sea serpent is like this kind of like long, strangly thing, right? That they're making into an egg, or they're making into an eye. Okay, so it's almost like the sea serpent eye has been opened, and it transforms. Then the sea serpent turns into the serpent, right? Which transforms from the eye into the egg. Really, you realize these cards are very similar. It's something wrapped around something, and then we get the world, or like the world is the egg. So it's like the Queen of Wands gets a hold of herself or something and then transforms into the Empress. Like that's like really, really, really beautiful energy. I'll have to put them down like this. Like that is gorgeous energy. I can't even say that it's not, or even try to think that it's not. Like the animals have come out now because it's spring, right? And they've all come out of their nesting grounds. And I think that's why the eggs are coming out, because if you think about it, all of the animals right now and the insects, everything is spawning, mating, fucking around, right? Trying to produce offspring in any way, right? So it's kind of like spring is the get your freak on season of the year. So give me this sea serpent, please. The Chariot. And the Devil in reverse. Wow. There's Capricorn in Cancer right there. Empress, obviously, that's kind of Aries energy. Aries, it carries the Emperor, Empress, right? Sea Serpent, Queen of Wands, and then the World. And then the Chariot in limbo with the Devil in reverse. So it's almost like this sea serpent, I think what this person saw was addiction gets you nowhere. Right? When you put things in your life that halt you and that stop you, it gets you nowhere. Right? And once you realize like how much the devil comes in so many different forms, and once you realize how many forms it comes in and he comes in, is the way to eliminate him, right? If something has a hold on you, that's devil energy, because nothing should have a hold on you. Money, friends, shopping, alcohol, drugs, nothing should have a hold of you. You should be 100% grounded in your own energy and indulging in things in a healthy manner, and not how you're going to gamble your house away, or if you drink another fucking shot, your wife is going to leave you, you know, like something like that. Like realizing, like the sea serpent realized something wasn't going the way that they needed to go anymore. They have to change. Right? And when you have to change, that's where true, like, so much transformation comes through, because then you really put your guard down, and then you let people give it to you. You know, like, what have I done wrong? What have I fucked up? Just tell me so I can fix it, so I can get it out of the way, so I can become a better person. So then I don't see these vices that are holding on to me, that are keeping me hostage and getting me nowhere. Right? Ooh-wee. All right, give me this world. Cosmic egg. 9 of Swords in reverse. And there's the world. The world defined by the world. Isn't that crazy? Look how much, can you tell this is the same artist? Her decks are so much alike. So there it is. And like, so there's the 9 of Swords in reverse, and then the 9 of Pentacles. So see how it goes from, you go from anxiety to independent again. Because once the devil steps into your life, he becomes the crutch. He becomes the thing that you now have to lean on. Right? Once you get rid of that crutch, once you realize that, like, you don't really need anything, that you've got control of things, that you know you've got control of things because you've transformed, no longer allowing things to take over you, right? That's the finale. That's all you've got to realize. The world defined by the world. Something over, cycle complete. Like somebody has ejected the devil from their life. All right, give me the Empress. Death in reverse. Yes, you don't have to transform once you get into the Empress. The Empress is where you need to stay. In that energy is where you need to stay. That is where you're going to find the light at the end of the tunnel. And something to do with money. That's some type of financial independence is coming for somebody. You might also be marrying into money, or some type of money inheritance coming in, right? And this something's, I almost feel like maybe you've hidden the best parts of yourself away from yourself. And that was the devil telling you to hide the best parts of yourself because nobody would like you. You're not going to have any friends if you act like that. Trust me, you need to be 100% authentic, or you will never find friends, right? So the 7 of Wands in reverse with Death in reverse, this is not a standalone type of situation anymore. I don't think you have to push people away anymore. I don't think you have to transform anymore. I think once you transform into the Empress, once you're ready to be everything that you need to be, and you take the vices away and you allow this transformation to take hold and to put past and to get past the vices, then the energy of the Empress is where you stay. You don't have to, there's no more transforming, there's no more leveling up. Once you get to the Empress, you're there. You'll get to your own transformations, and when you decide that you want to do different things as you get older, obviously, but for right now, it's like as soon as the cosmic egg cracks and you merge into your Empress, which is obviously something that's happening right now, it's obvious that you're letting go of this vice as we speak. This is something that is becoming a part of your past, and then it's like your day of transformation out of the world, and then poof, you're in your new energy, and nobody's gonna take that away from you. You don't have to try to fight for something else after that. It's like you've defeated the devil. Once you've defeated the devil, he's gonna leave you alone, because there's other people he can fuck with. Like the same thing is not going to keep knocking on your door every time you say no. They'll do it, 15, 20 times. Obviously, they're not going to let you go easy. But once they realize, once they've hit their max, and they're like, okay, man, this person's not moving, I can just go across the street now and get fucking this guy drinking, right? They're not going to keep messing with the same energy if they can't get you to do something. And that's to believe in this. That's to believe in the vices that keep you, in flames, keep you burning, never allowing you to grow. And that's been something I think you've kept from yourself, is knowing that once you let go of these things, you don't have to transform anymore. You don't have to transition anymore, right? You could have been transitioning towards death as well if you didn't let these vices go, because these vices, they're keeping you in the same position. Eventually you would die because you're not transforming. And there's justice. Your fellow signed friend. So there we go. We got Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, Scorpio. That's a lot of energy. You could be dealing with any one of these energies right now. And you are transforming. This is your transformation. You're never going to go back to the old you again. There's the fucking Wheel of Fortune. Look at these majors. This is so many majors. Honestly, it's over half the deck. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 majors, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 8 major arcana and 6 court cards. Oh no, these, major, and then 1 court card, and then the rest. Like, that's when the major arcana take over a reading. So when there's more of them than there are with the regular cards, something is happening. Okay. And actually, I was just out. I had to go to the mall, but I just shoved my face full of Famous Walk and ice cream. I had to go get shoes. On our way back, of course, my sister came along with me. She wasn't doing anything. She was off. She wasn't working. So she was like, oh, I'll come with you. And she puts her head down. Of course, she's going to put her cigarette out. I look up, and this lightning bolt hits in the sky, and it looks like a fucking roller coaster. It was like and it did the twirlies and everything. I've never seen lightning in twirls before, ever. I couldn't believe it. It was an actual twirl in the middle, 2 twirls, I believe. And I was like, you just fucking look down, and there's the biggest lightning I've ever seen in the sky. And I knew that was something huge, because to watch and to meet, your eyes meet lightning at that exact same time, considering I was driving and all I did was stop at a red light, look up, and there it was. That's perfect timing, right? It's hard to catch lightning, especially here. Lightning really doesn't happen too much here. There aren't too many storms here. So, I mean, the double world card right there is huge. That's cosmic. That's something that is supposed to change. And it's like, you are supposed to transition from this then. That's the whole part of it, is to transition from the Queen of Wands, who seems like she doesn't have any control, to the Empress. That's sturdy, stable, and alert. And that's all you need. And it's like, maybe because, and that could be part of your mother gene. Okay. Like, so this is obviously a feminine energy, but at the same time, it's masculine and they're feminines too. Like, a masculine has to ignite his feminine when around children and sensitive situations. Right. So, I almost feel like maybe if you're feminine energy, right, but you've been like the fired up feminine energy, not the grounded feminine energy, there could be a possibility that maybe children are coming into your life. And you have to ignite your mother telepathy, maybe for these kids or for these children or for something. And like, that could also be a relationship too. Like, there could be something where you're evolving to, and you've never tapped into that energy before, because maybe you didn't have kids, right? And you never tapped into your mother, never tapped into her feminine natural energy, natural witch energy, because that's why there is telepathy, right? Telepathy was given to us so then we could communicate with our young that can't speak, right? That's the whole part of telepathy. If there's something wrong, we're supposed to be able to know there's something wrong, right? That's the whole part of having telepathy. And then people have used telepathy to hurt other people, and they've used it to manipulate other people and to steal powers from other people, rather than using it for what it's supposed to be used for. But I mean, again, everything gets used and abused. It's called society, and unfortunately we can't do anything about it. But the ones that do it properly and the ones that don't know, okay, that they're not in their rightful energies and that are going to be experiencing possible motherhood in the future, or a possible situation where they need to be tapped into their energies so then they can read telepathy. Once again, if you don't know how to read it, or if you don't know how to read people's energy, right? A feminine empress would know how to read energy on somebody. Right? That's what a high priestess is about. And an empress has the gene of high priestess in her, right? Because that's the whole part of tapping into yourself, is learning how to read that gene and learning how to read people so that you can help people. So maybe you're getting into a situation where you're going to be helping people, or you're going to be around people. And like I said, you need to have this gene activated so then you can play and do the role properly. So then you're not like getting into a situation and you haven't grounded with something like, say it's like, say like there's going to be a Down syndrome person that's going to enter your life, right? And like they are so special, and you need to be so patient and so nurturing and so supportive when you work with them. Like maybe you're going to be working with them. Maybe you're going to be working with special needs. Or working with children that have special needs, especially autism. Like you really have to be very calm and patient, or you're going to be meeting somebody that tends to fly off the handle. Maybe they're bipolar, and like this energy is not about other people, although it's beneficial to other people. This energy is about you, right? It's like working in a psych ward. You've got all these crazy energies around you. What do you have to be? You have to be alert, focused, and grounded, right? Not up in the air, freaking out, and not knowing how to read the situation. It's like honestly, it's like being kind of like being a security guard, right? You have to be alert, you have to be on your feet, but at the same time grounded, so then you're not overworking yourself, and grounded to know that if something is going to happen, you will alert yourself. Like, okay, get this. This is how amazing telepathy works, okay? Sure, I've been reading tarot for 10 fucking years, but I've only had my third eye open for 10 years. So I haven't really had a whole lot of experience with my third eye before, right? So my sister and I, we were on our way to the mall. And I was like, okay, we got to go to this mall. There's like fucking 10 malls in the city that I live in, right? So I'm thinking, because I'm dyslexic, I see the beginning of a street name and I automatically go to the street that's down there. So they're two totally different streets. But I take this road, okay, I take this highway, and my sister's like, she's just smoking weed because she didn't have to drive. She was getting all high. I was high already, so I didn't need to smoke anything. But my energy was just like, just follow yourself. Like, you'll know how to get there. And I didn't even fret about it. We get to this one other major highway, and I go, something's telling me like, yo, you got to go east. And my sister even said, she's like, I think it's east. But we weren't quite sure. All we knew was that it was still a little bit more north. So I take this highway no matter what. And then my sister pulls up Google Maps, like a couple more minutes down on the road, and she's like, you're going exactly towards it. She's like, all you have to do is make this next left, which was the original street that I was looking for. So as soon as I saw that street, I would have known to turn left. So she didn't even have to turn on Google Maps. I already knew exactly where I was going, but I didn't. And when you take the worry and the stress away from something, because then what it became was an adventure. I was like, well, fuck it. If I thought it was somewhere, I'll find it, right? And I didn't want to pull up on my phone because I'm listening to Spotify. We're jamming out or whatever. I don't want to get worried about something. I don't have GPS in the car. Like, our car is like 100 years old. So we don't have GPS in it. So I was like, you know what? This is an adventure. Like, we'll get there when we get there. We had gas in the tank. Why does it matter if we go directly there or if we take the long way or if we get lost? I mean, it didn't matter. We got lost in the mall 3 times and then we just went into other stores that we haven't been into for 10 years. Oh my gosh, has thing ever changed? It's not like I haven't been in a mall or anything for 10 years. It's just like before COVID and like it was kind of weird before then, and like now a mall is just like so weird. I had to eat twice and get high because I'm so overwhelmed. And then I'm like, man, I could drop fucking bills here, fucking bills there. And I'm like, I gotta get out of here. This is why I don't go to the mall. This is why I don't shop. Because like I get really uncomfortable in malls because there's so much energy in there. But then when no one's paying attention to you because they're full of themselves, you're like, hey, under the radar. Anyways, 21 minutes. Yeah, I would expect that. So, I am like suddenly just exhausted. That just took it out of me. Oh my gosh. I just watched this movie with Denzel Washington. It's like 3 hours long, so be prepared. It's called The Little Things. And he's catching a serial killer. I love serial killer movies. Like, one of my favorite movies is Zodiac. It gets so boring after a while, though. The beginning is all like, and then it just gets boring. But then The Little Things, actually, it got a little bit boring in the middle, but it was still really good. That was a good movie. Like, I love serial killer movies. They're just, I don't know, they're different. Anyways. If you want a personal reading, you can hit me up at Whitney Moonshine at gmail.com. Wow, take a little longer to say that. Whitney Moonshine at gmail.com. Email me. It'll be in the description box below. And you can check out the About section. That will also have the services that I provide for the public if you feel like you want to tap into this reading a little bit more. It is a collective reading. So whether or not it resonates, I do not know for you. I just hope it resonates with somebody. Hasta luego and namaste, motherfuckers. Peace out. Love yourselves more than anybody else.